Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Baggers Chat. I'm joined, as always, by Ethan, Mitch, and Jack, except for last week. We will be reviewing the Carlton versus St Kilda game where the Mighty Blues defeated them 18 goals for 112 to 12 goals 981. First up, we'll look at our predictions going into that game and just see how close, or how far away we were. All right, Daff, take us away, mate.
Yep, so I tipped the Blues by 4, which I wasn't going to tip the Blues, actually, after that last performance against the Roos. But the additions of Keno and Mackay really got me back on the Blues side. So, it was good. At least I picked a win,
Yeah, well done, mate. All right, Mitch, do you remember what you had, mate?
Blue Baggers by 16 points. So I was pretty.
Nice.
I was kind of off with that, but I had Lockie O'Brien to keep his spot. I feel like he did play a very good game.
That's good
for his standards. I reckon he'll keep his spot for next week, and hopefully he backs up for the rest of the season. And also Josh Honey to have 2 goals. I had that as well because he kicked 2. I believe. Yeah, so he kicked 2 as well. So, so, I mean, I feel like Josh Honey played well, so I feel like my predictions went half decent.
Yeah, definitely better than Ethan, mate. All right, Jack, you couldn't join us last week. Do you want to mention yours or not? Do you want to change it? Because no one actually knows. No one knows.
No, look, I'm going to stick to me words, stick to me guns. Once again, me not tipping Carlton is not a surprise. I did go with the Saints by 17 points. And early on, it was looking like that was not looking too bad with Max King, Tam Wiedering, and you won early. But I definitely did not get that one right. And I had Charlie to kick 3 on return, which, I mean, he kicked 1, but, I mean, he got through the game, so I don't really care about that. That was the main thing, that he didn't get injured. So, yeah. And maybe I'll just tip us. I mean, not tip us every week because we seem to win and win well when I don't tip us. So I might keep that going.
I think you're onto something there. It's a bit in that. All right, I had the Blues by 32. How much did we win by, boys?
31.
31. 1 point off. Yeah, no worries. And I had Silvani and Harry to combine for. I did have 5, but literally as I was saying it, I crossed it out and went with 6. Of course, Harry kicked 5 and Jack kicked 1. So, went all right. All right, beautiful. There is going to be quite a few best moments of the games, but we will see if we can bring it down to just a few. Mitch, what did you have, mate?
Charlie Curno's goal. Pretty simple.
Yep.
I reckon that was by far the best moment. Loved it. I reckon. I mean, I mentioned to you boys earlier, but that almost brought a tear to my eye. But I was smiling. So good to see. So good to see them all get around him. So good.
Yeah. And there's also something else you wanted to mention, wasn't there, about someone's reaction to the goal?
Nah, that's Ethan's job, mate.
Oh, is it? All right. Beautiful. All right, Ethan, your best moment, mate.
Yeah, adding on to that, Teague's reaction to the goal. I'm sure the bloke's been through a bit. I guess he's been quite disrespected by a lot of us, including myself. I think we take it out on the coach too much. And personally, I've changed my views. I don't know. I'm just going to support the coach until they're gone from the club. And I think that's just the way I'm going to go about it and just see what happens rather than, talking about rumoured coaches like Clarko or whatever. Just play it by ear. And, and a quick, another best moment was Walshy's goal kicking. This guy, he's added goal kicking to his game, and that is a big problem for the rest of the league. Like you see a lot of mids. The reason why they are so good, these top, Bontempellis and Petrakas, they kick goals.
They kick goals. 3 goals straight for Sammy.
He's just snapping them, from, mate.
Just clean,
good
very
goals,
clean.
They're not like they're
on the run,
goals.
Exciting it on the run, and people think they are easy, but they're not. At that level.
So talented.
You want to talk us through your goal today, Dak? How was yours? A bit similar, or?
Oh, it was good, mate. So it went over the top. I was playing a half forward at the time. Crummer Crummer at my size, all right?
The
That's
Six,
a
five,
lady.
come
That's a
on.
lady.
Their defenders like go, my man's like further away and, probably 40 out, bang, drop punt straight through. I was pretty happy about it, as you can see in the photo with my big mouth. But,
40.
yeah, it was good, mate.
Really, Mitch can get that up.
Yeah, I will,
40,
mate.
40 out. Next time he tells a story, it'll be from 50 out. Beautiful. Jack, what did you have, mate? Best moments.
I think just as a whole, our tackling pressure, laid 79 tackles, which I don't know. I would assume there'd be a season high for us because I don't think we've gotten anywhere near that. 53 in the first half. It's good to watch, especially after last week when we didn't go anywhere near a North Melbourne player the whole game. And to come out and respond with 79 tackles and only three guys, only three guys to not lay a tackle. I think it's a pretty good effort after last week.
Yeah, and just touching on that. So Matt Kennedy had 10 tackles, Jack Silvani 9, Ed 8, Cripps and Williamson combined for 6. Like, there was as you said, it was spread out as well. Like, everyone had a crack, which is good. So you've all basically touched on everything. I had Josh Honey for his first AFL goal, and so the boys got around him. And
He's
that was awesome to see.
He's our boy. And if we go back to 10 rounds ago, we've been asking for the
Episode one, we talked about get Honey in.
Player sponsor.
I think we almost gave up. To the point, Carlton almost got to the point where we gave up on asking for him. But,
yeah. Beautiful. So, moving on to our best players. Jack, who do you have, mate?
For my number one, I couldn't go past Jack Silvani. He's 1 goal, 25 touches, 9 tackles, as he said just before. Just his work rate and his effort, regardless of where he plays. Like, I don't think 6 weeks ago he would have envisioned himself playing, number one ruck against Rowan Marshall and Paul Hunter. So I think just his work rate, and he was our number one ranked player once again 2 weeks in a row. I think he's just improved so much over the last 3 weeks, and there's not much else to say. I love him so much. And then outside of that, I had obviously Walshy, and I had, mate, that's not a surprise. I had Cripps as my third. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, so Walshy and Cripps are my 2 and 3.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, Mitch, who'd you have, mate?
I had Sam Walsh as best on ground. I feel like his 26 touches and 3 goals. You can't really go past that. 4 tackles as well. I reckon he played. I mean, like that's just another Walshy game because last week we mentioned he didn't really have one of those Walshy games. But 85%, like 85%, that's bloody good for 26 touches.
Really? Is that
inside
hard,
midfielder?
Like that is next level good. So so I had Walshy number 1. Harry Mackay. I mean, to kick 5, I reckon he was by far our best key forward. But I reckon he probably was second best on ground. And Jack Silvani, as you mentioned, Jack. I reckon he is fucking played so well the past. I reckon after that bye, he's been our standout player, which has been so
better and better every week.
He keeps on getting better and better. But also special mentions to Paddy Cripps and Jacob Wiedering as well. I feel like he didn't start off too well, but I feel like he started to then play a little bit better. Started to play a little bit loose, I feel.
Yeah. They switched him and Joe. That's Teague. I reckon he's
shout out.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
They've switched him and Jones, and instead of Jones being the intercept, they've got him to be on King, and Weeder's being the intercept because he took so many marks. Like
you done that last week.
Yeah, but it was different. I think it's a whole thing, But yeah,
we love Teague. All right, Ethan, who'd you have, mate?
Yeah, I'm similar to Jack. I've got Jack Silvani number 1. The guy puts in effort every week. We could be losing by 100. We could be winning by 100. The guy he's Carlton. He is a Carlton person as much as we all are. He's a fan. He was a fan. Still bloody is a fan. And he's you can't explain it, mate. He's in the ruck for crying out loud. Like it shows you he could probably play in the middle. I think he can play in the middle.
Easily, yeah.
In spurts. Number 2, Walshy. As I said before, his goal kicking, he's brought that into his game this year, which is unbelievable. Shout out Kane Corns, who wrote him off. He has apologised. He's been good this year, Cornsy.
Yeah, he has been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, Walshy number 2 and Harry number 3. He was just clinical. For me, it's good, guys. This guy, since before he even had his debut, I always wanted him to play. Like when he was in the VFL, I was like, get him in. I was like, this guy, it's the first tall forward that I've been excited about since Feb. Really.
Yeah.
He can break open a game, really.
Yeah, definitely. Well said, mate. And also, it was good to see your positive words for Kane Corns, because I think the first episode, could be wrong, was you called him a dickhead or something along those lines. Anyway, won't touch on it too much. All right. Best players I had, obviously Sam Walsh, 26 disposals, 3 goals straight. Harry, 5 goals, kicked a bag. And then I also had Josh Honey. So for his third game, he kicks his first goal and then kicks 2 goals. And he also had 3 goal assists and 7 score involvements. So, and there's a few.
There's a very good link up player.
Set up, as you said, he set up 3 goal assists, so
he provides a spark. He provides a spark up forward, definitely. Got a bit of zip.
Leads on to my next question. So with him, and then Always or potentially Fogarty, depending on what happens there, because Fogarty played well in the VFL today. Will Eddie Betts sort of play again? Obviously, we can probably, we don't want to touch on it too much, but we can probably agree that he won't be playing next year. But I'd like to think he'd get another game before the end of the year, sort of, I guess, a farewell sort of a game. But by the looks of it, Josh Honey is obviously the future, and then obviously Matt Always and potentially Fogarty as well. Do you guys agree with that, or?
Yeah, look, I would go with that. Yeah.
You necessarily don't know long term, I guess, but
yeah,
I think Honey will be long term. The way he goes about it, he's a good forward. He knows what to do. Like, it's his first AFL game for a while, and he looked very comfortable out there. Like, that's a good thing. And I think Eddie's injured, isn't he?
He's probably out the year. Do you reckon?
So he's out the year, is he?
Or he might play round 23, I reckon, just to have a last game.
Hopefully.
Maybe even sub, maybe, or I don't know.
Nah, you play him.
I wouldn't have him sub for a last game.
If someone's injured, though, I don't know. I don't think you don't play him at all, to be honest.
Depends how fit he is.
Yeah. What's that, mate? All right. Beautiful. What else do we have? All right. There's probably not too many worse moments. Obviously, TDK is injured. He did leave, so just stuff half time there to get scanned. So we'll wait and see sort of how long he's out for. We did, as a result of him obviously going out quite early, 70 hit-outs to 11. So there's a big difference, but we weren't too far behind actually in the clearances and all that too. So I don't know the exact stat, but I think we're like 2 or 3 behind in centre clearances. And clearances
39 to 36 total and 14 to 11 in the centre.
That's man.
There you go.
That's pretty good though. Like, what is that? 59 less hit-outs, but only 3 behind or whatever you just said. It's pretty good.
3 behind the clearances, yep.
It's bloody good.
Pretty good. And from what I liked, like there was obviously there's standout players, don't get me wrong, like Harry kicking 5, but everyone had a crack.
Everyone, yeah.
Like, it was a team effort.
Yep.
And to be fair, you could probably argue St Kilda probably didn't play their best sort of footy. They were a bit down, but
that was also our defense, especially, they're limiting their transitions. That's where they get most of their goals. They're using Hill and Jones, and they didn't have any influence in any scoring chains. That's a big reason why they were shit.
Yeah, and the question I was going to ask for Josh Honey, do you think, looking back now, it was the right decision to keep him out for a bit longer, make him wait? Is that made him earn it a bit more, and he's anything in that, or do you think
20 games, like that's stiff, I reckon. That's stiff.
I agree,
Considering some of the games we've played, I don't know how he hasn't got a game. Like, we had that spurt when we were over in Sydney and we versed Giants, Sydney and West Coast, where we lost pretty badly in those games. Like, it wasn't, they were just shit games. I don't know how he didn't get a gig. That's it. That was probably one of the best selections we've had all year. Like, by all people coming.
Yeah.
There's a bit of creativity.
Which is also good, because, like, we're coming off the back of 39-ish points.
We lost to the Wooden Spooners. Yeah.
To the Wooden Spooners. And they made, 4 changes, was it? Something like that? Like, I get some of them were injured, but, like, that's good. Like, they weren't always too scared. They're too scared to make a change, which is good. And the change proved all quality. And it's also obviously great to have Charlie back too. We say it every week, even though, you kicked 1 goal, but just he takes that extra tall defender off Harry.
Yeah.
So, Harry kicked 5. Like, I don't think Harry would have had the game he had without Charlie playing. Do you sort of someone agree? Or
absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Well, I think with Charlie though. So then we weren't really expecting that much really from Charlie.
Not at
But
all.
I reckon his groundwork was spectacular.
Yeah.
Like his pressure
agree.
around the contest. Fuck me, man.
He
Like,
brings
I
the
reckon
ball to
that's-
ground. Like he brings a 50-50 contest to ground all the time.
Yeah.
He just gets a hand on it or something. And
Yeah.
a good thing last night was our crummers are actually there.
Yeah, and provided Josh Honey and all that sort of.
Yeah, like him. That's what I'm saying. He's a very good player, Honey. Like just the way he goes about it, off the ball, on the ball, defense, offense. He's a well-rounded player.
Yeah.
How old is he now? Do you know?
Jeez, he's young. He'd
20?
be 21, 22.
21.
I'm 21. You call me old. All right.
19.
What?
He turns 20 in
Is he
October.
19?
He's my age.
Your age, mate. He is young. He's a child.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's 19.
Bloody hell.
What are you doing to have a 19?
As you say that, he had a sip of his beer.
No, yeah. I mean, I didn't know that he was that young. He must be turning 20 this year.
Yeah, 20 in October.
Yeah,
still
so
young.
he's 01. So yeah, so then he's my birth year, which is
Maybe
fucking
that's a good thing there. I don't know. That they didn't keep him in. They sort of kept him out a bit longer because he's incredibly
Yeah.
young. You don't want to
Yeah.
rush players. I didn't realize he was that young, but
Yeah.
it's great.
I reckon
every
he'll be very similar to a guy like Jack Carroll. I reckon Jack Carroll will play a lot of twos even next year, and I reckon he's going to be a star. Like the way he goes about it, like they reckon he's if he could have gone to the draft this year. Oh no, actually no, next year. What am I talking? Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
But instead he went this year, and we got him at 37 or something like
Yeah,
that.
we got him late. Yeah.
He would be a top 10 pick apparently if he went the next draft. So I reckon that's good drafting by Nick Austin and the recruiting management.
Anything else you want to touch on real quick before we go into the
best segment in the world?
Most important segment.
The most anticipated time of the week.
There it is. Jeez, I can't talk it up that much, so I'm going to go straight into it. It is time for Speak Up Speechly. Take it away,
I mean, yeah, no worries. I think there's not much, obviously nothing negative to say this week in terms of our team. But so I wanna point the finger at Brian Taylor and his commentary last night.
Wow.
Late in the game, he was talking about coaches and he was talking about how we ruined Mick Malthouse, we ruined Dennis Pagan, and it just flicked something inside my brain, and I'm like, that's not what happened. Mick Malthouse fucked us over, not the other way around. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. And then Dennis Pagan, obviously, that we were dealing with the salary cap shit. That was not his fault.
Yeah.
But definitely the Mick Malthouse. I think Brian, definitely needs to pull his head back in on that one.
To BT, but he's not the most educated of commentators.
He's the amount of times the amount of times he gets a player wrong, I swear to God, he gets so many players like that.
I reckon this year he's been horrible.
It's been shocking.
Actually, on that point, Mitch, like you boys also than me, obviously I've never played for the Blues, but like every player as well for every other team, we've got all this other stuff going on. This is his fucking job.
And that's his fucking job. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Like,
sorry if you're watching, Brian, but
It needs to be told, mate. It needs to be told.
She can't.
Yeah.
And also on the commentary, whilst I've got this on topic, how shit was the commentary of Kerno's goal? Like such a big occasion, and it was so bland.
He just said Charlie Kerno goes bang.
Gets one step from 55, first kick, first game back, or Charlie Kerno goes bang. Yeah,
It was a call earlier, brother to brother. I don't know who that was. I can't remember who that was, but when Ed kicked it to Charlie, but
brother to Hamish McLaughlin.
That was him. To be honest, I had the commentary off quite low. I had Pom playing on my laptop, and I'm watching the game. Shout out to Pom.
Shout out.
I reckon I was up there with the best Speak Up Speechly. He really hit the nail on the head.
Left field. Like if you had to guess what he was going to talk about, you wouldn't go, "Oh, he's gonna have a go at the commentator."
Bruce was watching the show and he's like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck did you say?"
Yeah, sorry, not sorry, Brian.
Yeah. So then, boys, I just thought I would ask the question. So obviously, through the week with Clarkson not going on with Hawthorn next year. So what does this mean for Teague? Does this performance from last night save him, or what do you reckon, Daff? What do you think about Teague's?
Yeah, like I said before, I'm trying to stay away from if he will stay or go. I'm just going to try and support the guys coaching our football club. I'm sure, he wants the best results he can, and he's trying his best. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. It'll be interesting. I reckon Clarko not wanting to coach next year is a load of shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Because I reckon that'll make clubs push him.
Yeah.
You know what I find funny? Like the bloke's literally gone through, like, not just you can in the media too much because like we're all studying sports media. So, but the bloke's just gone. He's worked there for how long? Rough guess. How long has he worked there for?
I think
15 years.
15 years, and like he's literally only just part away. He's to the end of the season, but like. And he's still getting paid for next year too. Like all this talk about is he going to Collingwood? Is he going? Like who actually makes that up?
Yeah,
because, like he doesn't actually come out and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm looking." Obviously you're not going to. Don't get me wrong. But people just make up this stuff. Oh, he's going to Collingwood. He's going to Carlton. Like the bloke's still coaching at Hawthorn. Leave him the fuck alone. Like in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
Obviously he's a great coach. There's a few things. He's Brendan Favola, 99 goals. Upset me a bit, the brain. But I don't know. Like I feel like David Teague needs more of a chance as well. He's been there for only a couple of years. Obviously, we say it every week, but more the support of David Teague needs to be looked at because that's been the consistent issue since we've been alive. Like we've seen, 8, 9, however many coaches. Was there something wrong with all of them, or is there actually other issues at stake here?
There surely has to be a common denominator. Like somewhere there has to be something that is consistent throughout the whole 20 years.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick one error through the coaches at box. I reckon all the assistants will go, apart from Luke Power. I reckon he'll stay. Pretty good Luke Power. He's actually now the midfield coach since Barker left. And the mids have been pretty decent.
Pretty good.
Last week, it was a bit iffy, but that wasn't iffy. Really on the coaches as much.
No,
but I think it's the coaches around him. I think we trust Teague, and imagine if we start winning games and making finals with Teague, mate. It'll be a great story. But me personally, I don't want just a good story all the time. I want a good coach. But if he stays, next year's huge for him. Next year is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time we've won 8 games in a season since 2013.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's sad, but it's saying and it's also Teague's first 23 game season at the same time as well. So insane. Like when you put it like that, it's not. He's not doing that bad a job. He's at roughly 45% win percentage, which isn't great, but isn't terrible for a Carlton coach.
No.
So I think we got to stick fat.
Anyway, anything else you want to touch on, boys? Or are we good to go?
All good to go, mate.
Looking forward to the next week.
Yeah. Next week we've got Gold Coast.
We're playing Gold Coast. But,
Saturday at some time.
We'll preview that game. Hopefully get out Friday morning. But you boys have been very well as always.
Yep. Thanks, Pat. Job, boys.
Also, sorry, real quick. We haven't spoke about it. Shout out to Jack Speechley this morning. Saturday morning, blew abroad. Sorry I couldn't be there. Felt like shit. But he done an excellent job, I'm told. I'm yet to watch it, but done an excellent job, and we're all proud of you, mate. So good job.
Speechley. Very well done.
Shout out to Riley and those boys.
Yep.
He went in with full confidence. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
And as always, boys,
Mate.
go
Out the baggers.
Blues.
That's a long sleeve.